Kim, I've been talking a long time now about Ladies Do Lunch. And finally, we're actually shooting our first series. And it's so great to have you on. I think what you do is so incredible. And it's wonderful to be able to shine the light on this today so that we can, kind of inspire other women that are out there that are trying to be successful.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, you're absolutely right. I am a Senior Vice President of Midwest and West Coast Sales for BET, and I manage 6 platforms across the Chicago region as well as the Los Angeles region. Actually, it's the whole West Coast and the whole Midwest, I should say.
Right.
And now it's been amazing because Zoom is my friend. Okay, I've been usually on an airplane, and
I'm on an airplane once a week.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I'm going from coast to coast and getting on one plane, landing, doing events, going to meetings, getting on conference calls, and getting back on a plane, and then coming home to my family to make sure
that... And I know about your family life. You're very meticulous.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you're just such a mom.
Yes.
Kimora is like filled with nurturing, and you're cooking.
I am cooking. And boy, have I been cooking. For the first time, actually, I think third time, I went out. So how about that?
That's incredible.
Exactly. So for me.
And then thank you for coming today as well.
Exactly.
Because I know you haven't been going anywhere.
I sure haven't. I have literally been following orders and staying safe at home.
How do you navigate that situation with your team working from home? That's an interesting part that we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think the great news about that is that we were dynamic prior to this even happening. We've been an unstoppable team, been super successful, and everyone has a passion for the brand, a passion for the consumers, and a passion for what they do.
Right.
So with that mindset and with my mindset together, when this happened, we had to shut everything down. Oh, we continued. Right. That attitude came, and we were 100% full force to ensure that we are running this business.
Wow.
And we're completely grateful.
So you're reaching all your sales
goals?
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic. I know you guys just had the BET Awards.
Yes.
I know that must have been amazing.
It was amazing. And we had
all virtual.
That's our new normal now. And it's been actually really great. We actually broke records and really tried something different, but it worked. And we got a lot of great applause for that. But as we continue on, we know that we're going to see this type of virtual type world. There's not going to be much of in-person or doing things in person as we had once done before.
That's wonderful. Now, Kim, let's just talk about you a little bit more as well. You're so successful and, admired and so strong in your field of business. Can you tell us a little bit about what drove you? Like, what was the, the thing that really kept you focused and dialed in that you wanted to do this? Because you started this at a young age.
Yeah, actually, I have been working in lovely corporate advertising America since I was 16. I worked for an advertising agency. That was actually my first job, and when I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I went to Beverly Hills High, and they had this amazing job board. Of course, none of the kids wanted to work because they didn't have to, but I did. So I looked at that job board, and I was cooking with gas. And I worked for a stock and bond broker for Prudential Beige. I went through the gamut of all the various categories that they had posted on that job board in Beverly Hills. So that was kind of my stomping ground.
Yeah. What a great stomping ground.
I know it was.
I mean, golly.
Oh yeah, and my mother worked at Neiman Marcus, so it was like all things were great.
All things fabulous.
Exactly. So, but it was a great experience for me.
Yeah.
And I had that drive and I had that will. I just had to understand what my skill was going to be. So once I continued to kind of figure out, okay, what do I like? And I saw that advertising really was where I wanted to be. So when I went to Berkeley, fast forward, I started working for KTVU, which is a Fox affiliate. I worked for a local retail sales manager, which I will have to say, this woman was probably the only woman in my life that has completely guided me to where I am today.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
She was such an inspiration, and she was such a walking billboard of what it looks like to be a success.
Wow.
That's all I needed to see, right? Wow. I already had the passion and I had the want, but at the same time, I didn't know what to do. Right. So proactively, she came to me when I actually came, and I started working as an intern, by the way. But she basically, I want to say, handed me the keys. Like literally handed me the keys to her car.
Oh, wow.
And what I mean by that, I'm like sitting at her desk. I'm going out on calls. I'm negotiating deals with her. I mean, she really let me walk in her shoes.
Wow.
She actually let me walk in her shoes as a manager. So I saw all the various nuances as to how you lead a team.
Right.
What are the things you look for? Where are the gaps? How do you strengthen your team? How do you motivate your team? What are the things that you should do to inspire your team?
Right.
So I watched this and she helped me through it. And then when she said to me, she said, first of all, when you leave here and when you graduate from college, you need to get right into sales. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, how am I going to get into sales? I need money. I'm going to have to figure out a job. Usually you get a coordinator position, some entry-level position.
Right,
she says,
right.
I don't care if you have to go to Bakersfield. I don't care if you have to sell newspaper. I don't care if you have to sell books. Get in there, get sales experience.
Wow.
And I was like, ugh. So she was making calls for me. She was trying, before I had graduated into LA market, because I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in Northern California or if I continued on back home to LA. Decided to go back home to LA. So then she continued to let me know of all the various ways I should go, organizations I should join. I mean, when I tell you, she gave me the blueprint, literally.
This is so fun.
Oh yeah, and I recently.
Is that why now
Yeah.
you have such a desire to give and
Yes.
inspire? Because that's one of the
Absolutely.
qualities about you that drew me to you as
Yes.
a friend.
Oh,
You're such, you are so full of motivation and inspiration for other women. Like I said, you've been my biggest inspiration and sort of like done that for me along the way. You know, I mean, I got a job at BET.
Exactly.
Which was
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes, yes.
And it was such a great place to learn and to grow and to kind of like be with you in that world. And so now my question is, let's be diversified a little bit because I know that BET is not the only thing.
Yes.
Your husband, Kevin, and I are great friends and I adore him as well. And he's a contractor. So
Yes.
tell me a little bit about how you guys got into real estate and why.
Yes. Well, when I was working, started out, several moons ago, I immediately wanted to buy real estate.
Right.
And
Another great move, by the way.
100%.
Tip.
Yes.
Buy real estate.
Buy real estate. It's all about, I'm looking to have wealth, I mean, in terms of building your wealth, having passive income and thinking of the young you to take care of the old you.
Correct.
So it's like, what are you going to invest back into you?
Right.
And have a parallel path. You obviously have your day to day, but you need your money to work for you farther.
Yes.
So with that, I immediately wanted to get in real estate. And just in terms of just buying my own property. So at like age 24, I bought my townhome. And funny enough, when I had met my husband, he also had his home. And then together we decided that, okay, this is what we want to continue to do.
Right.
So we were buying and flipping, just within the Los Angeles area, but also in Vegas area. And fast forward, he became a contractor.
Right.
And then he built our home. And
Which is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I
thank you.
love your home. It's just such a beautiful home. It brings me to you.
Yeah.
With all that said and done, you're this amazing businesswoman that's running millions and millions and millions of dollars per year at BT. You're also a mom and a wife.
Yeah.
And you're an amazing cook, and your home is just so beautiful. I mean, whenever I come over there, it's just this warm, awesome feeling with you cooking in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a passion?
All things cooking is like within my blood, given that I grew up that way. And I immediately turned into that during this whole pandemic even more. It's just that I never had the time. Usually I would do Sundays.
Kim, stop. You blow me away. I mean, break it down now. You're telling me a meal, like a cook pattern for the day, because it's outrageous.
Oh yeah, I mean, I make lobster. I'll do salmon. I'll
Kale.
do kale. I mean, everything, every
Baked
vegetable
shit,
you
I mean,
can
you can
think
imagine.
about.
Sauteed.
I mean, sauteed. And I have my grill, my nice stove, so I have.
First of
the
all,
grilled
her
vegetables.
home is absolutely gorgeous with the top of the line, state of the art, everything. And her kitchen is huge. It's like a chef's kitchen.
Yes.
It's like a chef's kitchen.
Yeah.
And my job when I go there is
Yeah.
I sit around the island.
Yes, you do.
And she makes amazing food and
Yes.
amazing cocktails.
Yes.
And so we have a great time. So, I want to thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
And, next time maybe we can get Kevin to come as well and talk a little bit more about
Absolutely.
the construction and
Yes.
side of the business. And once again, I just want to say that having you in my life is really such a treasure. And thank you so much for the support and kindness that you have shown me, not just me, but also to Ryan Gordy Foundation. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.